Y'all, it's snowing outside. My husband just called me and he just told me it was snowing. So I hope by the time I finish doing what I need to do, I can still catch a little bit of the snow. Because when I tell you, I have been praying for this snow. Hey boo, welcome back to my channel. We're not talking about January books. We're talking about the books that we read in December. That's what we're doing. That's what we're doing. Somebody's Wife by Robbi Renee is a book that I read in December, and it was 5 stars for me. This is my first time reading a book by Robbi Renee, and it had me on the premise. I mean, first of all, it had me on the premise, but then the cover, Soldier Girl. I was like, okay, yes. And there's an alternate cover for this book as well, which is also quite beautiful. But this is Dr. Ezekiel Green. So he is divorced from his college sweetheart, and he meets up with another Dr. Gemma Holiday, and you know he's not supposed to be looking at that woman because that's somebody else's wife. Okay, keep your eyes on your own stuff. But Dr. Ezekiel, I guess he has some type of sixth sense or whatever. And he did not follow those directions, and so one thing leads to another, and we get to see how all these things unfold. Now, the way that things happen in this book, you're almost like, okay, I get it, I understand. Okay, Gemma had to do what she had to do. Great book, great book. And I think that you would enjoy it too. Only 287 pages. You can get it done. I read this book actually on Hoopla, so you're able to read it for free if your library has that subscription. Hoopla. You can also, of course, read it on Kindle Unlimited, but I was able to listen to it on Hoopla, which was a very special treat. Okay, next we got into Friendsgiving with the Belafontes by Danielle Brooks. This is not the first book that I read by this author, and I think that her books they're nice and cozy. They're nice and cozy. I wanted to get to this book in November, but unfortunately, you know, the way that the books, how everything planned out, it did not get to it, and I said, you know what? We're still going to read it. I read this at the top of December, and I was pleasantly surprised. Although this book is the second book in this particular series, I still enjoyed it nonetheless. So you have, imagine, I Think I Love My Wife. You know, you got your cabin situation, okay? So they're in a mansion situation, having a nice Friendsgiving, and then we have a little bit of mess, we have a little bit of drama, a little bit of everything wrapped up in these 184 pages. I think that you guys would enjoy this book. If you're like me, and I don't typically read out of season, you know, when it's cold, I want to read about nice cozy vibes. When it's hot, I want the beach reads, I want sand, sun, and fun. When it's Christmas time, I want all the Christmassy reads, and so on and so forth. If you're not like that, then go ahead and get into it. Get into it. It's definitely, you know, something that I gave this book 4 stars. Yeah, 4 stars. And so I recommend it. I recommend it. Saving Sunflower by Ray Lease. This is my first book by this author, and it came highly recommended. Highly recommended this book was. I actually wanted to read, I think on my TBR, I wanted to read For the Night by Ray Lease, but that was a part of a series, and I was consulting with one of my Bookstagram girlies, and she said, you should just start at the beginning. I said, okay girl, say less, we'll start at the beginning. And this is the first book, in the, what's the name of this series? The Sun series. Underwhelming. Underwhelming. Okay? Doesn't mean it's not for you, but it was underwhelming for me. I gave this book 3 stars. I don't know. I'm just kind of, when you do that rapper trope, you got to give me something else. You got to give me something else, because I am automatically side-eyeing this rapper trope. I don't know. Maybe that's just a me thing. Y'all like the rapper trope out there? I don't know. So we do have Dominique DeBlanc. He is a street hustler / rapper. And he is, it's like he gets with this girl, or he befriends this girl, and then, you know, they just start kicking it and they become something more. I don't know. I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't feeling it. The Winter Date, Taye Love. Now, if you have been following my channel, then you know I am on a quest to read all the books by Taye Love. She has this all seasons series. So it's 4 sisters, and the 4 sisters are named after seasons. And so I read Autumn Falls, and now I'm reading The Winter Date, Sister Winter, other sister Autumn, and then I got Spring and Summer to read. So we'll be getting into that when the seasons come about. You know what I'm saying? But The Winter Date, this is the older sister, I do believe. And, you know, it's Christmas time, and she is around friends and family, and she just broke up with her man, and, you know, she's feeling some type of way. And she catches an old flame. She catches up with the old flame, and everything takes off from there. Is this the book where there's a grand gesture at the end of this book that had me cringing a little bit? I'm not gonna lie, I cringed a little bit. Oh, no I didn't. I gave this book 3 stars. So yeah, that scene must have been very cringe. But I'm still going to keep reading books by Taye Love. It's just something about the way she writes her characters, and she gives you a nice well-rounded book, and not that many pages, okay? 156 pages. You can get this done in a weekend, a weekday, cozy read. Get into it. The Winter Date. Next, I did a buddy read with my homegirlie, Ash Stays Lit, over on Instagram, and we read A Miller's Point Christmas. Okay, this book consists of 6 smaller novellas within it, right? And if you checked out my December TBR read, no, if you checked out my December TBR video, then you saw that I just imagined that one of the authors was like, hey, I want to write this epic series, and I want to get my other author girlies together, and they rented a cabin somewhere cozy. And they said, okay, girls, we're going to make sure we include this, make sure you include that. You come up with your own characters and, you know, how you want them to interact and blah, 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 blah. Maybe do a couple of cameos, blah, 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 blah. And then every couple of hours, they would check in and, you know, have their wine or whatever and say, okay, yeah, my girl, they doing this and they doing that. Like, okay, I'm going to add that to my book. Oh, and I'm going to make my characters do this. Okay, that's cool. I got just the right thing to complement that right there. That's how I imagine, because this series was fire. It was fire. Now, some books I enjoyed more than others, but the series as a whole, I like it. There is another book, I'll put it right here, that next year we're going to make sure we tackle that during the holiday season, because I think, if I'm not mistaken, we get even more. But this book just came out. Put that phone down. Oh, this, okay. Yes. Because this series came out in 2023, so it makes sense that the other book that I saw right here came out in 2024. So we'll be checking that out around Christmas time, because I am intrigued and I want to know more about these characters. Here are the books though, if you kind of wanted to see what the vibes were. The first book is Buden and Helena. The second book is Brody and Tori, some country ass names. Third book is Wild and Shore. The fourth book is Kivo and Juvie. The fifth book is Duane and Versani. And the last book is Deacon and Brooklyn. Make sure y'all check out A Miller's Christmas. I think that it's the perfect read. It's the perfect, because the books they were long enough but not too long where you could just back them up. At one point, I was reading them faster than I could upload them into my Goodreads app to track how many books I was reading. So that's how good it was. It's like back to back to back. And they also have on Audible where you can listen to all the books, or you could check out Kindle Unlimited and you can read the novellas over there. So I did take a break from reading A Miller's Point Christmas with Ash Stays Lit on December 24th because I had to get into Somebody's Husband by Robbi Renee. I said, if somebody's wife had me like that, then I know somebody's husband is going to definitely hit. It was good. It was good. I appreciated it for what it was, but coming off of Somebody's Wife, that book had me salivating. But this book was good, but not like Somebody's Wife. So you could check it out. You could check it out because we have a grieving husband. Okay, somebody's husband, he grieving, and in comes another character, the female. Her husband is in a sickly way, right? And so that's how their paths kind of cross, and then at some point things go a little further, and so on and so forth. So that's somebody's husband is somebody's grieving husband. And the wife, she, I don't want to give spoilers because the girlies don't like that. Just to say it's justified. She alright, child. Ain't nothing bad going on between these characters. They all grown and they doing things the right way. So all is well. All is well. But that's what I read for December. Not too much, but just enough. I enjoyed my December reads. I enjoyed the holidays. I enjoyed spending time with my family. I enjoyed spending time with myself, okay? Me and me, we got real acquainted, and I love that for me going into the new year. Thank you guys so much for continuing to support my channel. I'm looking forward to bringing more bookish content to you guys. Make sure you drop down below and let me know what what you read last month and what you're excited about to read this month. And I'm going to see you in my next video. So if you've made it this far in this video, don't forget to like this video. Don't forget to comment to this video, and don't forget to share this content with another fellow baby reader. And until next time.